Said, why so many female character issue number ones? Yaira, Bloodruth, now Saoirse. Is that what the fans want? Clearly, that's what the sales say. But I don't know what to tell you. Saoirse's also not a number one. She's in the Represent. Is two females too many for you? Boom Patrol. What's the limit on the amount of characters that people like that I should be putting in our universe, especially one that's ever expanding? When is Horseman coming soon? We promise you that the pre-order collection will launch by the summer, end of the summer. So we have about a month and 22 days, I believe. All right, so I'm good in Horseman. Brian Braxwell Salvage. I think they have a few male heroes. Yeah, just a tad. I don't know. The company launched with one, and then you had Alpha Core, which has more dudes than it does Whammon. Gooding is a dude. Horseman's a dude. So yeah, just quick maths there. Yeah, man, we have a pretty active. Like I would argue, in independent comics, arguably the most active fan base, fandom for sure. And that's what it's about. It's about, people having fun and us having an active welcoming, and that's very important. A welcoming fan base as well is awesome. You come in, you showcase actual genuine interest, and they welcome you like family, man. That's what it's about. It's fun times, man. Fun times. Bookhead. Oh, someone's in the chat going back and forth with y'all. I see. Oh, it was the guy I responded to earlier. That's an interesting take on the book. No established protagonist. That's interesting. It's the first I've heard that one. Books World doesn't either. Just unaware we are. Don't understand our protagonist. So in order for you to be invested in the book, are you suggesting that you need to know the origins of the characters? I would say that's interesting. That's an interesting take. I don't think that follows. I mean, if the information dump is your approach and what you enjoy, I guess that's not necessarily a rule that is a part of comics. If that were the case, Wolverine would have never hit it big with the fans, because we went a very long time having not known his origin. Is Horseman main weapon? Well, you'll learn about all that once it drops. I don't want to give anything away. I want to let Chuck tell that story. That's different. Horseman is very much it's a Chuck Dixon and Joe Bennett story. I did not create that character. So I want them to tell the story the way they want to tell it. I'll be an ambassador though for it. It is fucking good, man. We know Luffy's origin for 500 chapters in One Piece. Hell, and we don't still know what the One Piece is. Yeah, there's no rule for that there for sure. Protect Well, I mean, I think Jack, I get what you're saying, but it's one thing to know things about the character, to be invested in the character, but it's another thing to know their origin. You don't need to know the origin of a and I would argue, I mean, definitely what I picked up as far as some market cues is that a lot of people are actually tired of the origin stories being told, to be completely honest, because it's so predictable. It's a lot of, and that, look, every customer is different, but if that's your thing, if you, in order for, I wouldn't say I think you should reword that and say you need to understand their origin to be invested in them, but that's not a universal thing. I wouldn't like Dragon Ball if that were the case. I wouldn't have liked Wolverine growing up if I absolutely needed to know their origin story in order for me to be invested or care about that character. I don't need to know any of that actually to be interested in it, like legitimately. It's different, but I think that there's different types of, obviously I know there's different type of customers, but really everybody, like, it's a different thing when you're selling a universe versus trying to sell, like, hey, this cool concept that you want people to adopt or to adopt momentarily and then move on to the next thing, right? And I'm not trying to build something like that. I'm not even building this company with the expectation that someone is not going to be invested in the actual universe, right? In other words, like I'm all in. I'm like all in on that. So we prioritize world building overall, and not like dumping information at early on in the book about people's origin stories and stuff. That's their stuff. So yeah. All right, this guy's trolling and he's derailing the chat. I guess y'all can get him out of here because I picked that up now in that recent he's like purposely disrespecting like the characters for the sake of doing that. So that now he can go for derailment. So y'all do what y'all got to do.
Clip, clip, and snip, snip.